exclusively on ESPN Plus. UFC 313, Saturday. Reigning light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira defends his title against number one contender Magomed Ankalaev, and an explosive lightweight bout between Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev. UFC 313, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Buy it on ESPNPlus.com/PPV.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check the Jumbotron first, before attempting to eat a stack of Supreme nachos in one bite. Now you're just a meme that everyone shares on game day. Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
All right, man, so let's jump into it. We got some news for the run here. And starting off, man, with the LA Chargers and the NFL. Let's go to the NFL first. So the LA Chargers, they're releasing their edge rusher, Joey Bosa. Now, this happened to be a bomb. I mean, not many people expected the Chargers to really drop them, but the Bosa family is hoping that he signs with the 49ers to play with his brother, Nick Bosa, who's also one of the best edge rushers in the game. But they're putting out videos and stuff like, wouldn't it be nice? And yeah, it would be nice, but I mean, hey, people trying to get paid. 49ers, they made some changes in their whole team as well. That front office is busy, so we never know. We'll see. Anyway, wide receiver Tyler Lockett has been released from the Seattle Seahawks after playing multiple seasons with the team. Philadelphia Eagles, they're making changes. They're going to release the six-time All-Pro defensive back Darius Slay in hopes of freeing up some cap space. However, the Eagles, they did just make Saquon Barkley the highest paid running back in NFL history. So he recently just signed a 2-year, $41 million deal with the Eagles, and this deal is history with the Eagles, and this 1,000% deserves after the season Saquon Barkley had with the Philadelphia Eagles going to the Super Bowl and all of that stuff there. Now, defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders, Max Crosby, he signed a huge deal with the Raiders, a 3-year, $106 million extension with $91 million guaranteed. And he's now one of the highest paid defenders in the NFL. And you could also make the assumption that he's probably going to spend the rest of his career in Las Vegas. I mean, he's said it multiple times that he loves it. And despite all the trade rumors and stuff that was going around earlier when the season was going, he still stood tall on Raider Nation. He said he don't want to go nowhere. He want to be with the Raiders. So, I mean, hey, I'm happy for him. He's getting paid. But personally, I still think you give it maybe 3 more years, he's going to be ready to go. Maybe even one season, he's going to be ready to go, because the Raiders, they're not good right now. Unless they get a quarterback and start winning some games, I think people are going to begin to get very, very upset and eventually be like, you know what, just get me out of here. Get me to a different team. That seems to be a trend now, as guys want to get the bag, they get paid, they stay with the team that get paid, and then now they have the power to be like, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. Someone else come get me. And then maybe they go to a better situation, maybe they go to a worse situation. But I've noticed this a couple times. Devontae Adams was the latest victim, going to the Jets, forcing himself over there. Kirk Cousins, Falcons trying to get rid of him and all of that stuff. And they eventually just had to say, we're just going to take it to the chin. You see Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson paid him all that money. Now he's getting out of there. So, it's a weird situation, but I'm happy to notice that a lot. Now the Atlanta Falcons, speaking of them, the center Drew Dalman, he's rumored to hit free agency and leave the Falcons this summer. No reports on where exactly he's going to go, but as of now, it's some rumors that he probably will be leaving Atlanta at some point in this offseason. And then also for some trades in the NFL, it's a lot going on with the trades, but the Seattle Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf has requested a trade. And as of now, it's no solidified teams of where he's going or anything like that, but apparently the Seahawks, they're looking for a 1st and a 3rd round pick for DK Metcalf. Now, DK Metcalf is, I guess you could say, on the back end of his career or approaching the back end of his career, but really just wants to win. And I understand it, because Seahawks, they've been struggling for the past few years. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars are also in the mix. This trade just happened like right before I recorded, but they traded wide receiver Christian Kirk for a 7th round draft pick. And I mean, this is what I've been saying. So they traded him to the Texans. I never clarified that. Jaguars traded with the Texans. Texans gave up a 7th-round draft pick, and they also received Christian Kirk, who's a wide receiver. And as I mentioned, man, the draft picks are so valuable now. You get anybody, you throw them a draft pick. And I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen it work this well in the past. Maybe teams weren't as willing to give away draft picks as they are now. I don't know, but I mean, I'm definitely seeing some sort of shift where draft picks are becoming the thing where teams are loving it. Teams are trying to either rebuild through the draft or they want to sit on the picks and then maybe trade it somewhere else. But within the past decade, we've seen a lot of people get traded for picks. We've seen star players get traded for 6th round, 3rd round, 5th round picks. And I don't know if teams were that willing to do it over the past decade or the last decade, but now we definitely see that change. Which is crazy. But the Chiefs, here we go again. They traded 4-time Super Bowl champion Joey Thurney, the guard, to the Chicago Bears. And that's a huge trade there. I mean, the Bears land a big guard, and the Chiefs, they traded him for a draft pick, of course. Now, the Chicago Bears, they also made another move. They signed former Dolphins tight end Durham Smith to a 1-year deal. And now this is supposed to be a really good pickup because it's going to help the Chicago Bears get that blocking tight end. And I know a lot of people are wondering, like, well, why the hell would the Bears sign a tight end when they got Cole Kmet? Cole Kmet is good, but you want to limit the reps and you want to be able to alternate your tight end, put another tight end in there that can block and also that can catch. So bringing in a veteran like Durham Smith, definitely love that for the Chicago Bears. That's a great move. And then Cincinnati Bengals, all-pro defensive end Trey Hendrickson has also requested a trade. Now, I'm not sure where he'll go. We still don't know that information of which team will land a spot with Trey Hendrickson, but I mean, this is another elite defensive end in the NFL. So, I mean, hey, whoever lands him, it will be huge. It will be huge. That's all I can say. Now, going to the NBA, just to kind of fill you in on who's hot, who's not. The Cavaliers, they are still rolling, man. They are balling 12 straight games. I think 16 wins in their last 17 games total. Man, they've been balling. They've been kicking butt. They also beat the Miami Heat. It was a close game. They almost lost it, but I mean, hey, somebody wore a shoe size that was just a little too big to keep them in bounds. So, bucket did not count. Cavaliers ended up winning. It was crazy. Other than that, though, Celtics, they're on a 2-game winning streak right now. Won 8 of their last 10. And let's see here. Who else we got in the Western Conference? As I mentioned, the Los Angeles Lakers still been rolling. They play the Knicks tonight, so they'll try and look for an 8-game win streak if they beat the Knicks. But other than that, they still been pretty solid as well. And then, I got to make a generalization here. And I think it's time. I've kind of avoided this. I don't really like talking about people when they are hurt. I feel like, when teams and players get hurt, that's just like kind of a bogus time to dwell on guys. But, aside from me not wanting to talk about people when they are hurt, you damn it. Hey, I'm just on the side. You can't wait too long, and you can't wait all day for guys to get healthy if you're in the NBA and you're trying to rebuild. So the 76ers, man, look, you got to trade Joel Embiid.